my name is Lily. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. And today I'm going to be doing my September wrap-up. I haven't done a wrap-up since last September. I'm not a big fan of wrap-ups. I don't watch wrap-ups. The only time I will watch wrap-ups is if it's in like a TBR video. Like you can go over like, did you read the books you went through for your TBR game? I will watch it then. If you didn't, then if you did a separate wrap-up, I probably won't watch it. Unless there's like, you read one of my favorite books and I want to know what you thought of it, or if there's like a book that I'm super excited for and you read it. Like, I watched India's TBR video and there are a lot of books there that I want to know if they're good and I trust their opinions. I'll probably watch her October wrap-up if she posts one. Yeah, so I read 5 books in September, which is a lot for me because I haven't really been reading that much. I was very, very surprised, considering it took me 17 days to read one of these books, and then I read the last 4 in like the last 2 weeks of the month. So, I'm content. I read a lot of good ones. I didn't hate any of them, and I really, really enjoyed them all. So, and I think what really motivates me is because for school, for my English class, I have to read 30 minutes a day. There is no way he won't know if I don't read there's no way he will know if I don't read 30 minutes a day. Like, I don't read 30 minutes on Fridays or on the weekend unless I want to read. But, like, throughout the week, I will time myself and I will read it. Even if I already read 30 minutes at school, I will do another 30 just because I want to. I want to read a lot. So, the first book I read was All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. I love this book so much. I love it. This is about Maeve, and she is kind of in detention for something, maybe? I think so. I don't remember the beginning of the book. I just remember the hell she went through at the end of the book. But, so she's in this basement cleaning out stuff, and she finds these tarot cards, and all of a sudden she's like, she loves them, she's obsessed with them, and she's remembered all the cards, and she starts doing these tarot readings for other people in her school. And then one day this card appears, the housekeeper card, and this isn't part of the deck. This isn't part of any deck. She looked it up on Google, and it's not a thing. And so she puts it away, it's not in her deck. So when she goes to school, she's a tarot reading for her ex-best friend Lily. And that card comes up, but she swore that it was at home. And she obviously has no idea what it means because it's not a thing. And the next day, or within the next 3 days, Lily disappears. It's so good. It's so good. It's a perfect October read. It's so spooky. It's so good. There's a hint of romance. There's a lot of queer characters. And there's actually quite a lot of talk of being LGBTQ+, because there are a lot of queer characters in this book. Maeve's sister is queer. Her sister is lesbian. So there's a lot of talk of it, and I absolutely loved that. I loved the tarot deck and how that came into play so many times, and now I literally have my own tarot deck. Okay, to be fair, I got this for my birthday, but this began my love for tarot. But yeah, I absolutely loved this book. And even my teacher loved this cover. He was kind of obsessed with this cover, and I love him for that. He was just like, oh, because I was talking about it one day because I had finished it. I didn't have it with me. And he was like, oh yeah, that was the book with the cool cover, right? I'm like, yeah. So as you can tell, 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely amazing. Highly, highly recommend if you need a book for the spooky season, or just a good witchy book, or a tarot book, or whatever. Just read it. It's also really quick. I did read this in 17 days. It took me 17 days. But that's because I didn't want to read. And then once I realized that I had to start reading, I pretty much read the last, half of it in, 3 days. So, or maybe 2 days. I don't know. I read it so fast, though, once I actually got into reading. And then after I finished it, I read a whole book pretty much in a day. Because, of course, I did. And that is Nothing Ever Happens Here by Sarah Hager Holt. This is a book my librarian recommended for me. And this cover is gorgeous. Just look at how beautiful this cover is. This follows, I don't remember her name, because Izzy. That was really loud. And Izzy's dad has come out as transgender, and it's about her kind of dealing with that, kind of her understanding what it means for her and for her dad. And I loved it. It was so wholesome. It was so cute. At first, I was very angry with Izzy because she kept misgendering her dad constantly. But like, she got better and she got used to the fact that her dad's a woman now. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I just thought it was a really good story. So, yeah, you can see I don't have much thoughts on it. It was good, but it wasn't as good as all our hidden gifts. And then, Kat said if I didn't read this, that she'd disown me. I read it, and I freaking loved it. It is the perfect book for the spooky season. It messed with my brain. And that is Horrid by Katrina Leno. So, we do book talks at school, and I was like halfway through this book. I had like 150 pages left of this book. And my teacher was like, okay, you're gonna finish it by my next time we talk, have that finished. I'm like, yeah. I finished it that night. Because it was so good. I was on the couch. I remember I was reading it, and I was on the couch, and I finished it. And my jaw dropped open. Like, my mom was like, are you okay? I'm like, no. This ending, no. It was so good. If you've read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this follows, can I remember her name? Jane? Is it Jane? Yeah, it is Jane. I was right. So it follows Jane, and her mother move across the country to Maine, because Jane's father dies, and they go broke. So they move into the mother's childhood home, and it's quite big. It's quite big. And Jane hears these weird things. Her mom says just the house settling, but she knows it's not. And it's so good, and Will is everything. I love him. He's a bean. But this book was so creepy, and it's classified as a horror, and it's not that it's like Stephen King horror. I mean, I don't know, I haven't read a Stephen King, but it's not like it's Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. It's not like it's terrifying. It's heart-pounding, and it is messed up. This book is messed up. Katrina Leno had 2 ways that she could have gone for this ending. She went the way I didn't think she was gonna go. I was reading the last page, and I was like, you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do it, right? You're not gonna do it. And I was like she did it. I loved it. It was so messed up. It was so good. I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars, if you couldn't tell. Yeah. And the next one I read. This is a funny story to it. Okay, so I picked it up. I got, I was doing Becca's Book-a-thon in September, and I was rolling as I go, which I'm still doing because it's fun. And I got LGBTQIA plus rep, and I was like, you know what? This is the first book I saw, and I was like, what the heck? So I picked up Darling by Kay Ingram, and I've read The Wicker King, and I loved it. And this book wasn't as good as The Wicker King, but they're so different. So, and this is a Peter Pan retelling. And the other Peter Pan retelling I read this year was Lost in the Neverwoods, and they're so different, it's insane. They're both dark, but they're so dark in different ways, and it's something, man. This book is very queer. Aiden Thomas says that on the back. It's very queer. It is. It was so weird. And I was reading it, and I was like halfway through the book, and I was talking to my friends because I have this running joke that I really only read books about murder. Don't ask. It's weird. And I was like, this book hasn't had any murder in it yet. And it better have murder. I want this one person to murder somebody. And you know the twist? Some people did get murdered. It was, yes, Kay Ingram. Kay Ingram knew what I wanted. Anyway, this follows Wendy Darling, as of course it does. And she moves to Chicago with her parents, and I think she's grounded. Yeah, I think she's grounded, and her parents leave for like a party or whatever. And earlier that day, this dude had come through her yard, and her dog had like ripped off part of his sleeve and then sent him running. And he came through her window, and she stitched up the sleeve, and then it was like, you know, let's come to a party. It's Peter Pan. It's Peter Pan, because it's pretty obvious. He says it too. And then things just go wrong from there. And, Peter was gross. I did not like Peter. You're not supposed to like Peter. I didn't like him at all. He was terrible. He was awful. And that twist at the end. You're not supposed to like him, so you know, it's good. My favorite character was probably Tink or Ami. Is that her name? Maybe? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I definitely like them. I like some of the boys. They were very, very, they were mean. They were so cute. Anyway, this is the 45 stars. I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad I read it because it was one of my most anticipated releases of June, or whenever it came out, or July, whatever, and I didn't read it, and now I read it, and I'm just very happy. So, yeah. I'm really glad I read it. And the last book I read this. Basically, I read most of it. Okay. So, I think I might have read it all in the day, or I read 50 pages. I don't even know. I read it mainly in the day, and I remember reading it at lunch and was like, I had 15 pages left, and lunch was over, and I was so mad. And that is Born Behind Bars by Pavana Venkataraman. If you don't know, Pavana Venkataraman went to my school back when I was in 6th grade, and I got to meet her and have lunch with her, and I have all of the books. I have 3 of her books. All the books I own by her are signed, and this one was signed at one of the bookstores near me, and I was like, I need to get it. So now I have it signed. I love that for me. I didn't read this copy of it because my mom was like, you have it out from the library, just read the library copy. So I did. But this follows Kabar. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but this follows a kid. He's 9. His birthday is the first day of the book, I guess, when the book takes place. And he has been living in jail his whole life because his mother has been serving time for a crime she did not commit. And he is old enough to leave, but he thinks he's living with his mom when he's not. And he worked so hard to get his mom out of jail, and I don't know what it says in the description, but some things go wrong. He meets somebody, and then they try and free his mom together and find his family. It's so cute. It's so wholesome. I loved it. And there was a bird, and there's a parrot, and the parrot is great. Also, I love their sense of style. Their sense of style is great. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. This was it's 4 to 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And also one of the characters from the Bridge Home was in it, and I cried. I was so happy. She's beautiful. She's so beautiful. Anyway, yeah, I loved it. Very glad I read it. So yeah, those are the 5 books I read in September. Have you read any of these? Do you like them? Do you not? Thank you, Kat, for making me read horror. I'm very happy. And how did your reading go in September? Let me know down below. Did you have any 5-star reads? I certainly did. I have some new favorites, and I'm very happy and very pleased. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far in the video, comment, let's do comment a flower, because both of these books have flowers on them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!